The room hums with anticipation. Cameras click, eyes dart back and forth, and the hum of whispered conversations dies down to a nervous silence. The stage is set for what could be the most defining moment of the debate. Speaker Mike Johnson, with years of experience navigating the political minefield, takes a moment to look across the room. He's confident, ready to tear apart his opponent, convinced that his position is unassailable. Across from him sits Representative Jasmine Crockett, cool under pressure, her gaze unwavering. She's no rookie, though she's facing an uphill battle. Known for her sharp intellect and unapologetic stance on constitutional law, she's earned her seat with hard work and determination. This isn't just about a disagreement on policy, it's a personal attack. The Speaker, sensing weakness, has chosen to undermine her credentials in front of everyone, questioning not only her qualifications, but her very right to stand at that podium. The crowd's eyes shift between the two, waiting for something to give. The energy is so thick you could cut it with a knife. It's the moment when everything changes. The question is, who will come out on top and at what cost? When Crockett opens her mouth, nothing will ever be the same. As the debate unfolds, the atmosphere in the chamber grows increasingly tense. Speaker Mike Johnson, standing confidently at the podium, doesn't just speak from a position of power, he exudes it. For years, he's been a master of rhetoric, able to control a room with nothing more than his carefully chosen words. Today, however, he's not here to merely debate policy. He's here to tear down one of his fiercest opponents. With a sharp glance toward Representative Jasmine Crockett, he begins his attack. His voice rings out, questioning her credentials in front of a room full of colleagues and millions watching at home. He suggests she lacks the experience and expertise to lead on the constitutional issues that have defined her career. The implication is clear. A woman of her background doesn't belong in this arena. Crockett, though, doesn't flinch. The Speaker's words might sting, but they don't break her. She's been through harder battles before. Crockett has spent years in the legal trenches, gaining respect not only for her intellect, but for her unwavering integrity. Now she's being pushed into a corner, but that's exactly where she thrives. With one steady breath, she rises, ready to face the storm. Her mind sharpens, her resolve hardens. What's about to come next won't just be a defense, it will be a statement the nation will never forget. As Johnson's words reverberate throughout the chamber, a low murmur spreads through the crowd. The Speaker's confidence is almost palpable, each accusation landing like a punch meant to knock her off balance. He tells the room that Crockett, despite her accolades, lacks the experience and the stature to stand on the same stage as the most seasoned legislators. His words are crafted to belittle, to make her feel small. The implication is clear. She's a token, a face for the cameras, not someone deserving of real power. The silence that follows his remarks is thick, charged with uncertainty. Some members of the room shift uncomfortably, while others exchange knowing glances, nodding in agreement with the Speaker. His attack has struck a chord with some, feeding into the stereotype that women, especially women of color, have to prove themselves far beyond their male counterparts. But Crockett's demeanor remains unshaken. Beneath the surface, the anger is undeniable. But more than that, there's a growing fire, a realization that this moment is not just about her. It's about every voice that has ever been silenced, every person who has ever been told they're not enough. She takes a breath, steadying herself against the pressure. And in that moment, the transformation is clear. What she's about to say will shatter the expectations placed upon her. It's not just a defense of her qualifications. It's a bold declaration of who she is, of what she represents, and why she will not be silenced. The calm in her voice betrays the storm inside, and when her words finally hit, they hit like a wave breaking through the silence. The room goes still, as if time itself has paused to witness the power of her response. As Crockett steps forward, the atmosphere shifts. There's a quiet anticipation, as if the entire chamber is holding its breath. She begins to speak, her voice calm but resolute, cutting through the noise that has filled the room. The speaker's confident smirk fades, replaced by a subtle hint of uncertainty. Crockett doesn't just address Johnson's attack. She dissects it with surgical precision. One by one, she unpacks his criticisms, each rebuttal delivered with the quiet power of someone who knows their truth cannot be refuted. She brings up the foundational principles of the Constitution, pointing out that her knowledge is not just theoretical, but deeply rooted in real-world application. Her words are sharp, but there's a quiet power in them, as if she's reminding everyone in that room that her expertise is not something that can be dismissed so easily. She doesn't just defend herself, she turns the tables. Crockett skillfully ties her personal story into the broader narrative of American democracy, connecting her experiences to the very principles that Johnson's attack sought to undermine. She points out the hypocrisy of those who would question her qualifications when they've never faced the kind of adversity that she and others like her have overcome to even be here. The room, once divided, is now hanging on her every word. Speaker Johnson, who once thought he had the upper hand, finds himself caught off guard. His usual confidence begins to slip. What was meant to be an attack has become a catalyst for Crockett's rise. The once skeptical crowd now watches in awe as her words reverberate beyond that chamber, spreading like wildfire across the nation. That viral moment wasn't just a win for Crockett, it was the beginning of something far bigger. It was a reset, a shift in power, and a reminder that politics can change in an instant when the right voice rises to challenge it. As the debate continues, the mood in the chamber has shifted dramatically. The sharp clash of words that once filled the room now seems distant, replaced by an overwhelming sense of respect for Crockett's fierce defense. What began as a personal attack on her credentials has turned into a monumental display of poise, knowledge, and strength. The members of the House are no longer focused on the disagreement over policy. They are in awe of the way she has handled the pressure, dismantling her opponent's arguments and setting a new standard for how to confront political attacks. Outside the chamber, the story begins to spread. Social media explodes with praise as Crockett's words become the rallying cry for those who have long felt unheard in American politics. But even as she stands victorious in this moment, Crockett knows the battle is far from over. Johnson may have been momentarily silenced, but his power stretches far beyond this single exchange. His influence in the party, his network of allies, these forces will not be easily defeated. Crockett's victory today is a small piece in a much larger fight, one that will require her to continue challenging the status quo. Her resolve has only strengthened. She stands not just as a representative, but as a beacon for anyone who has ever felt marginalized. This win is just the beginning of a much larger journey, and the nation is watching. The political landscape is shifting, and Crockett's name will forever be tied to the moment she stood tall, defied the odds, and changed the course of history. Her message is clear. When you stand up for what's right, the world will listen. In the end, this story transcends politics. It's a testament to what happens when we refuse to be silenced, when we stand firm against those who doubt us, and when we challenge those who seek to undermine our worth. It's a reminder that in every moment of adversity, there's a choice to be made. We can either shrink back or rise up. Jasmine Crockett's comeback wasn't just about defeating one man. It was about rewriting the rules of the game, showing that strength and courage can shift the course of history. For everyone watching, her story is a universal lesson. The power to change the game lies within each of us, no matter the odds.